Everyone. So this week we are going to start with the song that we ended with this past week called "When the Fight Calls." Just thought it'd be a good song for this series, and just kind of talking about what it means to be blessed, and how that kind of looks like it's flipped upside down from usually what culture kind of defines as blessed or even prosperity as blessed. We're going to start with "When the Fight Calls." So on this song, just come in right on that first verse, or excuse me, first chorus. And then from there, stay in on chorus or verse 2 because it stays up there. Same thing on the chorus again. And then go out through the first whole bridge, which is, I won't let the storm weather my heart, won't let the darkness beat me down. Sing of the night, my hope alive in you. I'll walk through the fire and not be burned, pray in the fight and watch it turn. Jesus, my life, instead of tonight, we'll say, Jesus, my life, I give it all to you. And then when it goes up, we'll stay in and we'll be in the rest of the time together. So that's kind of how that song will work. So come in on that first chorus, be in through verse 2, chorus again, and then out that whole first bridge, come in, and then from there on out, we'll stay in together. There is a down bridge on that. Kind of feel free to just sing just a melody on that kind of off mic. And then from there, we'll have our welcome and greeting time, and then Barbara's going to lead us in Cornerstone. On this song, we'll come in on the first chorus with her. Because that first chorus kind of goes down, let's really make sure that we don't overpower Barbara in that moment. And then from there, we'll come in verse 2, again, chorus. And then going through the rest of the song, though verse 3, when he shall come with trumpet sound, though that verse is not in the song, we will still sing it. And so where the song ends is where verse 3 would come in. And that will just kind of be Barbara on that one, and do a down a down verse. And I think it'd be cool just to end on that. That's what we usually do. So it'll be verse, and then chorus would come in together. Verse 2, stay in, chorus again, does an instrumental, another chorus. And then verse 3 is not in the song itself on the MP3, but we're still going to sing it. And then also, Barbara, make sure to do the tagline of verse 2 of My Anchor Holds Within the Veil. I don't think the song does that either. It's kind of weird, but that's the most normal version, as close to what we do as we can. And then from there will be our scripture reading. And then from that, Dana's going to lead us in Bigger Than. This song kind of just goes. So we're going to do it a half step down, just so that way Dana doesn't feel like she has to just like, you are able to provide, you are bigger than all my fears, you are the God, and just like keep going. It kind of gives somewhat of a break because it's not as high. And so we'll come in on the first chorus with her, and then we'll stay in on verse 3, and we'll stay in through that bridge because it stays up. And then what does the down chorus, that's where we'll drop out, and then we'll come back in with Dana again when it goes back into the chorus. So hopefully that all makes good sense. And then from there, we'll have our video, and then continuing the Bless series, and then we're going into Here's My Heart. So for this song, what we'll plan to do it with the click and loop. But if we need to, we'll just fade it out. And so anyways, on Here's My Heart, come in. Alyssa will come in on the first chorus. When she repeats that first chorus, that's where we'll come in with her. And just to keep it simple, we'll just plan to stay in with her after that. So let that first chorus through be her, and then we'll come back in that second time with her, and then just stay in, so that way it's nice and simple on that song. And then from there, we'll go into Bigger Than I Thought. This has been, kind of that second verse. Sorry, I have to sneeze. On that second verse, it says, I believe, but help my unbelief. You understand me. We kind of tagged that just at the very beginning of the response 2 weeks ago. Chris was really harping on that from his message, and so that's why we did that. And so I think it would still be good to go into this song. So on this song, coming on the first chorus, stay in through verse 2, and then the first 2 times through the bridge, be out, and then come in, and then after that, we'll just stay in together the rest of the song. So it's fairly simple, but that's it this week. Band, you guys will start here. When the Fight Calls, Bigger Than, Here's My Heart, and Bigger Than I Thought. All those will be just like the track. Bigger Than is a half step below than where we usually do it, so just take note of that. Here's My Heart, we'll plan to do with a click and loop, and we'll plan probably get, to the 2-minute mark, 2.5-minute mark on that. But Jimmy, on that, there is a fade out button on the iPad, so that way, if we're in it and Chris comes up and we're kind of in the song, all you have to do is hit fade out on the iPad, and it fades everything down, so that way it's a little bit easier to do that with. But Cornerstone. Cornerstone, the difference from the tracks is just two things, but for band, it's really not that big of a deal. We will do the tagline of My Anchor Holds Within the Veil on verse 2. I'm pretty sure that MP3 doesn't tag it for some reason, but we will tag it. And then on verse 3, When He Shall Come with Trumpet Sound, where the song technically ends on the MP3 track, that's where we'll go into that verse 3, When He Shall Come with Trumpet Sound, may I then in Him be found, or send His righteousness alone, faultless to stand before the throne. That MP3 track doesn't have that verse 3, but we will do it that day. But it's just like the other verses, nothing too different. And we'll just end there. We won't do another chorus. But other than that, everything is just like the track. When the fight calls, bigger than, here's my heart, and bigger than I thought. So if you have any questions, as usual, let me know. But that is it for this next week.